James Williams sat in his small flat in Birmingham, staring at a pile of unpaid bills. At 45, he worked 2 jobs and still couldn't make ends meet. His daughter needed new school shoes, but he'd already borrowed money from his sister twice this month. The morning alarm buzzed at 5 a.m. James stretched his tired body. His first job at the warehouse started at 6 a.m. He dressed quickly in faded work clothes and grabbed yesterday's leftover sandwich. Outside, rain fell steadily. James didn't have a car, so he walked the 2 miles to work. His old jacket let water seep through, making him shiver. Other workers arrived in cars and vans. They nodded but didn't offer rides anymore. James had too much pride to keep asking. At the warehouse, his manager, Mr. Green, yelled at him immediately. "Williams, stack those boxes faster. We're behind schedule." James worked faster, ignoring his sore back. During lunch break, he counted the coins in his pocket. £3.40, not enough for the bus home. He'd have to walk again in the rain. His phone buzzed with a text from his daughter Lucy. "Dad, can I get those shoes this weekend?" James felt his stomach drop. The ones she wanted cost £60. He typed back, "Maybe next month, love." After work, James trudged to his second job at the supermarket. Mrs. Clark, the evening supervisor, smiled warmly. "Rough day, James?" "Just tired," he admitted, hanging his wet jacket in the break room. "I've been meaning to talk to you," Mrs. Clark said. "Corporate told us we need to cut hours. I'm so sorry, James." James felt dizzy. "How many hours?" "From 30 to 15 per week, starting next month." The room spun around James. That was half his second income gone. He nodded silently and went to stock shelves. His hands shook as he arranged cans of soup. During his shift, James watched customers buy things without checking prices. A lady dropped £2 on the floor and didn't notice. He picked it up and ran after her. She took it without thanks. Walking home at 10 p.m., James got soaked again. His wet shoes made squishing sounds. He passed the school where Lucy studied. Through the fence, he saw the playground where she played. Next week, she had sports day. All parents were invited to watch. Back at his flat, Lucy was asleep. Her grandmother, who watched her after school, left a note. "Lucy fell asleep studying. She's worried about her grades." The note also said Lucy had asked about the shoes 3 times. James looked at his sleeping daughter. She'd outgrown her school uniform, too. The sleeves stopped above her wrists. He sat on the old sofa and put his head in his hands. His phone showed a text from the bank. "Your account is overdrawn, $40 fee applied." James stared at the message until his eyes burned. The flat was cold. The heating had broken last week. James couldn't afford repairs. He wrapped Lucy in an extra blanket and sat in the kitchen. Tomorrow was another early morning. Rain drummed against the window. James wondered how long he could keep going. 2 jobs weren't enough anymore. Medicine prices kept rising. Food cost more each week. He made lists of what to cut next. Maybe he'd skip lunch more often. In the dark kitchen, memories flooded back. His ex-wife leaving 5 years ago. Raising Lucy alone. The warehouse job that barely covered rent. The supermarket job that helped with bills. Still, it wasn't enough. James looked at Lucy's art on the fridge. She'd drawn their family, just the 2 of them holding hands. The title said, "My Hero Dad." His eyes stung with tears he wouldn't let fall. Morning would come soon. Another day of working, walking, pretending everything was fine. But inside, James felt something breaking. How long could he keep this up before he had to admit defeat? The rain continued to fall, matching the tears James finally let slip down his cheeks. The end. Sometimes life tests us with challenges that seem impossible, but there's always hope in tomorrow's sunrise. Emma Thompson sat at her kitchen table, unable to focus on her morning crossword. The image of Dr. Claire Williams haunted her thoughts. She poured another cup of tea but left it untouched. "Something wrong, love?" her husband Robert asked, buttering his toast. Just a case yesterday. Emma sighed. I fined a young doctor for not having car registration papers. She was carrying medical samples for her research. Robert looked up. Research? What kind? Something about sickle cell anemia. She said it affects black families more. Emma stirred her tea absently. I should have listened more carefully. You did your job, Robert said gently. The law is the law. But Emma couldn't shake the feeling. She remembered the worry in Dr. Williams's eyes. As a judge, she'd seen hundreds of excuses. This felt different, somehow. At the courthouse later that day, Emma found herself distracted. During breaks, she looked up sickle cell anemia on her computer. She learned it caused terrible pain and shortened lives. The disease mostly affected people with African ancestry, especially in Britain's black community. Her clerk, Margaret, noticed her reading. Studying up on something, Judge? Just curious about a case yesterday, Emma admitted. The defendant was doing medical research. Important work, it seemed. Must feel awful when judges don't understand their work, Margaret said, thoughtfully. Emma's next case was a young man caught stealing bread. His story was simple. He was homeless and hungry. Emma looked at his thin face and dirty clothes. She'd been quick to punish yesterday. Today she paused. Have you eaten today? She asked. The man shook his head, surprised by the question. Emma made a decision. Instead of jail time, she sentenced him to community service at a food bank. They'll feed you while you work, she explained. Later that afternoon, Emma called Dr. Williams' hospital. She spoke to the main desk. I need information about Dr. Claire Williams' research, Emma said hesitantly. Oh, Dr. Williams is wonderful, the receptionist exclaimed. She's working on gene therapy for blood disorders, very promising work. How long has she been there? 5 years now. She came back from America, where she did her advanced training. She wanted to help people here, in Birmingham. Emma hung up, feeling worse. Dr. Williams wasn't just a doctor. She was trying to save lives. That evening, Emma couldn't eat dinner properly. She pushed food around her plate. Still thinking about that case? Robert asked. Emma nodded. I wonder if I was too harsh. What if her research is really important? You could look into it more, Robert suggested. Maybe visit the hospital? Emma brightened. I could, to understand better. The next morning, Emma made an unusual decision. During her lunch break, she drove to the university hospital. She asked to speak with Dr. Williams. Dr. Williams looked surprised when Emma entered her small office. Medical books filled the shelves. Charts covered the walls. Judge Thompson, is everything all right? Emma felt awkward. I wanted to apologize. I should have listened better in court. Dr. Williams gestured to a chair. It's okay. I understand the law is important. Tell me about your research, Emma asked gently. Dr. Williams' eyes lit up. She explained how sickle cell anemia made blood. Cells changed shape. The misshapen cells blocked blood vessels, causing horrible pain. Children often died young. We're working on fixing the gene that causes it, Dr. Williams continued. If successful, we could prevent suffering for thousands of people. Emma listened carefully this time. How many patients are in your trial? 20 children right now. The samples I transported that day were crucial for testing their progress. And the car? It's registered to the hospital. I usually have my copy of the papers, but that morning, Dr. Williams sighed. I got an emergency call. A child was having a crisis. Emma felt a wave of shame. I'm sorry. I should have been more patient. Dr. Williams smiled kindly. You couldn't have known. I just hope the fine doesn't affect our funding. Every pound matters in research. Emma stood up, mind racing. Thank you for explaining. Your work is remarkable. As she left the hospital, Emma made another decision. She would look into ways judges could better understand the cases before them. Maybe create a system for considering circumstances more carefully. That night, Emma slept poorly. She kept thinking about the children Dr. Williams was trying to help. Tomorrow, she promised herself, she would do better. The end. Understanding comes when we open our hearts to listen to others' stories. The next morning, Judge Thompson arrived early at the courthouse. She spent her free time researching flexible sentencing options and community resources. Her conscience still troubled her. Around 10 a.m., her assistant knocked on her office door. "Judge Thompson, someone is here to see you." A 12-year-old girl named Sarah. Emma looked up, confused. "I don't have any appointments scheduled." "She says it's about Dr. Williams, ma'am." Emma's heart jumped. "Send her in." A thin girl with braids entered, wearing a school uniform. Dark circles shadowed her eyes. She held a small bag in her trembling hands. "Hello, Your Honor," Sarah said softly. "I'm Sarah Jackson. I heard about Dr. Williams is fine in the news." Emma gestured to a chair. "Please sit. How do you know Dr. Williams?" Sarah perched on the edge of the seat. "She's my doctor. She runs the sickle cell trial at the hospital. I'm one of her patients." "You have sickle cell anemia?" Sarah nodded. "I got it from both my parents. Dr. Williams explains things so I understand. She's helping me get better." Emma leaned forward. "Your parents couldn't come with you today?" "My mom's in the hospital. She has sickle cell too, worse than me. She can't come. My dad's with her." Sarah's hands shook as she opened her bag. "I brought this for you." She pulled out a handmade card, covered in stickers and drawings. Emma opened it carefully. Inside, childish handwriting read, "Thank you for helping Dr. Williams. She saves kids like me. Without her medicine, I miss school a lot. But now I can play more. Please help her keep helping us. Love, Sarah." Tears welled in Emma's eyes. "Did Dr. Williams ask you to come?" "No, she doesn't know I'm here. I saw the news about the fine. My dad said maybe we should do something." Sarah bit her lip. The money could buy medicine for other kids. Emma's throat felt tight. "Tell me about your illness, Sarah." Sarah's words tumbled out. "Sometimes I get really sick. My bones hurt so bad I can't move. Blood doesn't go where it should. Before Dr. Williams, I stayed in hospital lots. Now her new medicine helps. I only go sometimes." "And it's working?" "Yes. Last month I didn't miss any school, first time ever." Sarah's smile brightened her whole face. Emma studied the brave girl before her. "Sarah, how did you get here today?" "Bus. Miss Jackson at school helped me figure out which one. She gave me bus money too." Emma made a quick decision. "Let me call your father, he must be worried." After a brief phone call, Emma learned Sarah's father was grateful but concerned. He hadn't known Sarah planned to visit the judge. "Mr. Jackson, I'll make sure Sarah gets back to school safely," Emma promised. "And I want to discuss something with you later." After hanging up, Emma called for her clerk. "Margaret, can you arrange for our driver to take Sarah back to school?" "Of course, Judge." Emma turned back to Sarah. "Before you go, I want you to know something. Your visit helped me understand things better. Dr. Williams is lucky to have patients who care so much." Sarah beamed. "She cares about us too. That's why we love her." Later that day, Emma made several phone calls. She contacted the hospital's administration and the medical research board. She also spoke with lawyers about adjusting fines based on exceptional circumstances. By evening, Emma had drafted an official letter. It detailed how Dr. Williams's research contributed to public health. The letter requested reconsideration of the fine amount, citing the doctor's valuable work and limited research funding. Emma also made calls to local charities supporting medical research. She learned about a program where judges could recommend community organizations for fundraising support. That night, Emma showed Robert the card from Sarah. "This child opened my eyes," she said. "I've been on the bench 20 years, but I've never had someone so young teach me such an important lesson." Robert read the card carefully. "What will you do now?" "I'm going to find a way to reduce that fine," Emma decided, "and maybe create a scholarship fund for young researchers like Dr. Williams." Robert smiled proudly. "Now that sounds like the woman I married." Emma looked at Sarah's card again. A sticker showed a heart with the words, "Hope grows here." She placed it on her desk where she'd see it every day. Tomorrow, she would make things right. The end. Children often carry the wisdom we need to change our hearts and minds. Judge Thompson worked late that Friday evening. She drafted a petition to the court administration, explaining the special circumstances of Dr. Williams's case. Her desk lamp cast warm light across the papers as she carefully wrote each word. On Monday morning, Emma presented the petition to the Chief Justice, Michael Harrison. The elderly judge read it slowly, his reading glasses perched on his nose. "Emma, this is unusual," he said. "We rarely reconsider traffic fines." "I know, sir. But this case involves critical medical research. The fine could impact children's health care." Chief Justice Harrison nodded thoughtfully. "You mentioned a young patient visited you?" "Yes. Sarah Jackson. She's 12 and participating in Dr. Williams's trial. She made me see how important this work is." The Chief Justice sighed. "I had sickle cell disease too, you know. Lost my brother to it when we were children." Emma hadn't known this. "I'm so sorry. That was 50 years ago. Back then, we had no treatments." He tapped the petition. "I'll approve this. Reduce the fine to $100. The court fees remain, but we'll waive the late penalties." Emma felt relief wash over her. "Thank you, sir." Later that day, Emma called Dr. Williams' office. The doctor's assistant answered. "This is Judge Thompson. Could I speak with Dr. Williams? She's with a patient, but I can take a message. Please, tell her the court has reduced her fine, and that I'd like to visit her lab if possible." The assistant promised to pass along the message. Emma waited anxiously for a response. Tuesday brought rain again. Emma sat in her chambers reviewing cases when her phone rang. The display showed the hospital number. "Judge Thompson? This is Claire Williams. I got your message. Dr. Williams, I have good news. The court reduced your fine to $100. There was silence on the line. Then Emma heard a shaky intake of breath. That means so much. Our research budget is tight. Every pound matters." "I understand that now," Emma said gently. "I also wondered if I could visit your laboratory. I want to learn more about your work." "Of course. Could you come Thursday afternoon? The children have their weekly checkups then. They'd love to meet you." Thursday arrived with clearer skies. Emma drove to the hospital, her stomach fluttering with nervous excitement. Dr. Williams met her at the entrance, wearing her white coat and a warm smile. "Welcome, Judge Thompson. The children are eager to meet you." They walked through bright corridors to the research wing. Emma noticed artwork on the walls created by young patients. One piece caught her eye, a rainbow with the words, "Dr. Claire gives us hope." The laboratory bustled with activity. Research equipment filled the space. Young patients sat in comfortable chairs while nurses checked their vital signs. "Everyone, this is Judge Thompson," Dr. Williams announced. Sarah Jackson waved enthusiastically. She helped Dr. Williams. Other children looked up curiously. Dr. Williams introduced Emma to the team. These children had come for their monthly treatment. "Can you explain your work in simple terms?" Emma asked. Dr. Williams pulled out a clear model of cells. "Normal red blood cells are round and flexible. They move easily through blood vessels. Sickle cells become hard and crescent-shaped. They stick together and block blood flow." She continued, "We're using gene therapy to fix the DNA that causes this problem. Early results show real promise." Emma watched as Dr. Williams interacted with each child. She knew their names, their hobbies, their fears. This wasn't just medicine, it was caring for whole families. One boy named Thomas spoke up. "Before I met Dr. Williams, pain kept me in bed most days. Now I play football with my mates." "That's wonderful," Emma responded, genuinely moved. Dr. Williams showed Emma the testing area. "When I rushed those samples the day I got fined, they were time-sensitive gene markers. We track how the treatment affects each patient's DNA." "No wonder you were hurrying," Emma said. "The police officer was just doing his job. I should have been better prepared. And I should have listened better in court." They spent 2 hours together. Emma met researchers, lab technicians, and more patients. She learned about funding challenges, breakthrough moments, and setbacks. As Emma prepared to leave, Dr. Williams walked her to the exit. "Thank you for coming. Most judges only see us in courtrooms. You saw us as people. You taught me something important," Emma replied, "about looking beyond the rules to see the humanity in each case." On her drive home, Emma felt changed. Tomorrow she'd return to her courtroom, but now she carried new understanding. Every case involved real people with real stories. Her phone buzzed with a text from her clerk. "Sir James McBride wants to meet tomorrow. Important matter regarding court reform." Emma smiled. Perhaps her experience could help create broader changes in the justice system. The end. When we open our minds to learn, we discover that justice and compassion can work together. 6 months passed since Emma's visit to Dr. Williams's laboratory. On a crisp winter morning, she found an invitation on her desk. The hospital was hosting a celebration for the sickle cell research program's 1-year anniversary. "You're coming, right?" Robert asked at breakfast, noticing the invitation. "Absolutely," Emma said, spreading marmalade on toast. "I want to see how the children are doing." Saturday arrived with light snow falling. The hospital's main hall had been decorated with balloons and banners. Emma entered wearing her best blue dress, feeling proud of her small role in supporting this work. "Judge Thompson!" Sarah Jackson ran up, looking healthier than before. Her face glowed with energy. "Hello, Sarah. You look wonderful." "I am. No. Hospital stays in 3 months," Sarah beamed. "Come meet my mom. She's better too." Emma followed Sarah to meet Mrs. Jackson, who walked slowly but without obvious pain. "Thank you for helping our doctor," Mrs. Jackson said warmly. "It was my pleasure," Emma replied. Dr. Williams appeared carrying folders. "Judge Thompson, I'm glad you're here. We have exciting news to share." The ceremony began with hospital administrators sharing statistics. The gene therapy trial had expanded to 50 patients. Early results showed significant improvement in pain reduction and hospital admissions. "None of this would be possible without community support," the hospital director announced. "Today we honor someone who helped us in an unexpected way. Judge Emma Thompson." Emma felt surprised as her name echoed through the hall. Dr. Williams walked to the podium. 6 months ago I received a traffic fine that worried me deeply. Our research budget was tight, but Judge Thompson took time to understand our work. She reduced the fine and visited our patients. Her actions inspired us to fight harder. The room applauded. Emma's cheeks warmed. More importantly, Dr. Williams continued, she suggested we create a scholarship fund for young researchers. Today, I'm happy to announce we've raised $50,000 through community donations. Children in the audience clapped enthusiastically. Sarah waved a banner reading, "Thank you, Dr. Claire." After the ceremony, Dr. Williams pulled Emma aside. "I have something for you." She handed over a framed photograph showing all the trial patients together. "They insisted on signing it," Dr. Williams explained. Emma read the messages. "You're our hero. Thank you for believing in science. Dr. Williams saves us because you helped her." Her eyes filled with tears. "I barely did anything." "You changed your mind. That's everything," Dr. Williams said softly. "Many judges would have dismissed us. You became an advocate." Later, Emma gave a short speech. "I learned that day in court that justice means more than following rules. It means understanding the whole picture. Dr. Williams and her team aren't just treating patients. They're changing futures." The crowd cheered. Emma noticed Chief Justice Harrison in the audience, nodding approvingly. As the celebration continued, Emma mingled with families. A young boy named David told her about returning to school without missing weeks for pain episodes. His mother cried happy tears. "My little brother might not get sick now," David said excitedly. "Dr. Williams is trying to prevent the disease in babies." Emma talked with other judges who'd come to learn about the program. "We're planning a court initiative," she explained. "When cases involve health workers or researchers, we'll have medical experts advise us." Her colleague, Judge Peters, smiled. "You've started something important, Emma." The afternoon grew late. Children performed songs they'd written about hope and healing. Emma watched Dr. Williams conducting the choir, her face full of joy. As she prepared to leave, Sarah approached with a gift bag. From all of us. Inside, Emma found a children's book titled The Judge Who Learned to Listen, written and illustrated by the young patients. The story showed her own journey from strict rule follower to understanding advocate. The book's last page read, "Sometimes heroes don't wear capes. Sometimes they wear robes and change their hearts." Emma hugged Sarah carefully. "I'll treasure this forever." Outside, snow continued falling gently. Robert waited by their car, smiling at Emma's glowing face. "Good day?" he asked. "The best," Emma replied. "Those children changed my life without realizing it." Back home that evening, Emma placed the book and photograph on her mantel. Monday would bring new cases and new challenges, but she'd face them differently now. Her phone buzzed with a text from Dr. Williams. "First patient fully cured confirmed today. Miracle achieved through science and kindness. Thank you for believing in us." Emma wiped away tears of joy. Sometimes the smallest kindness creates the biggest changes. Sometimes a single decision to listen instead of judge opens doors to miracles. She prepared for bed, feeling grateful for the day when a simple traffic case taught her life's most important lesson. The end. When we replace judgment with understanding, we create room for miracles to happen.